Okay, we have property number 4 for the Laplace transform, wherein if the function is with this form wherein you have t raised to n, then yung kasama ng t raised to n will be treated as f of t. And to satisfy this pattern, you will use this property number 4, wherein you will have the formula of -1 raised to n, then the nth derivative of the f of s, wherein your f of s is the Laplace transform of the f of t in the pattern. So you just have to take the value of the n para malaman mo kung ilang beses kang mag-derivative. Okay, for example, you have your example number 1. The Laplace transform of t sine of 2t. In this form, you have t, then the f of t will be sine of 2t. Now you will have the f of t as sine of 2t, and the value of n is 1. So you just have to undergo first derivative. But first, you have to get the f of s, wherein f of s is the Laplace of the f of t. Now, getting the value of f of s, you'll just have to take the Laplace transform of the sine of 2t. Sine of 2t is 2 over s squared plus a squared, wherein a is 2, so you will have the 4. Then, following your formula, you will now have -1 raised to 1. Then, the first derivative of the f of s, wherein your f of s is 2 over s squared plus 4. Now, you have to take the first derivative of this equation. Now, this is the derivative of constant over variable. You will have -c dv over d squared. So, getting the derivative of this, you will now have, that's -2, then the derivative of s squared plus 4, you will have 2s over, then the square root of this, you will have s squared plus 4 squared. Then don't forget the -1 in front, you will have -1. So for your answer, you just have to simplify this. So for the answer of this example, you will have negative and negative, that is positive, and 2 multiplied by 2s, and that is 4s. So you will have positive of 4s over s squared plus 4 squared. Now this is your final answer. Now for example number 2, you have t squared, then hyperbolic sine of t. The value of n here is 2. Now, your f of t in this equation is hyperbolic sine of t. Now, getting the Laplace transform of the f of t, which is the f of s, you will have the hyperbolic sine of t. That is 1 over s squared minus 1. Then following your formula again, that is -1, then the n, which is 2. Then you will take the second derivative of the f of s, wherein the second derivative means 1 over s squared minus 1. First, have to take the first derivative, mean f of s. Let's say that is s prime. That is the derivative of c over b again. You will have -c dv over b squared. So that is -1. Then the derivative of s s squared minus 1. That is 2s over s squared minus 1 squared. Therefore, your s prime or the first derivative is negative of 2s over s squared minus 1 squared. Now, for the second derivative, this falls under now for the derivative of u over v. And that is d du minus u dv over v squared. We will now have the second derivative as your v is the denominator, which is s squared minus 1 squared. Then the derivative of your numerator, which is negative 2, minus your numerator, which is negative 2s, multiplied by the derivative of your denominator, which will be 2 multiplied by s squared minus 1. Then, magiging 1 na lang to. Then, the derivative ng nasa loob, which is 2s over, that is now s squared minus 1 squared, that is raised to 4. Now, simplifying the second derivative, you have common term of 2s squared minus 1. Kaya lang, makakancel lang naman is s squared minus 1. So, factoring out your s squared minus 1. So, you will have s squared minus 1. Ang matitira na lang dito is negative 2 of s squared minus 1. Then, this will be negative and negative, that is positive. Tapos dito, mawawala na to. You just have to multiply 2s, multiplied by 2, multiplied by another 2s. So that is 2 and 2 and 2. That is 8s squared over s squared minus 1 raised to 4. Then cancelling out your s squared minus 1, ang matitira na lang sa baba is u. Then simplifying this, pag sinimplify mo to, this will be negative 2s plus 8s squared. You will have 8 minus 2, that is 6s squared. Then, this one also, you will have plus 2. So, for the numerator, you will have 6s plus 2. Then, for the final answer, that is 6s squared plus 2 over s squared minus 1 cube. Then apply this part. That is negative 1 squared, which is positive 1. So, no effect. So, this is now your final answer. Okay, example number 3. We have the Laplace transform of t multiplied by cosine 3t. So the value of n here is 1. Then your f of t is yung kasama ni t, which is cosine of 3t. Now taking the Laplace of the f of t, wherein you will have your f of s, you will now have s over s squared plus 3 squared, which is 9. So you will have to undergo first derivative. So that is negative 1 raised to 1. Then the first derivative of s over s squared plus 9. So you will now have the first derivative. This is under ng derivative of u over v. So this is d du minus u dv over v squared. So you will now have this part, which is s squared plus 9 multiplied by the derivative of your numerator, which is 1, minus numerator, which is s, multiplied by the derivative of this, you will have 2s over b squared. So that is s squared plus 9 squared. Then simplifying this, you will now have this is negative 2s squared. Negative 2s squared multiplied to yung s squared so on. You will have s squared. So negative 2s squared plus s squared. That is negative s squared. Then this term, you will now have plus 9. So this will be s squared plus 9 squared. Then applying this part, that is negative 1 raised to 1, which is also negative 1. So that's multiplied to negative 1. Then distributing this, you will now have your final answer as positive s squared minus 9 over s squared plus 9 squared. Example number 4, you have the Laplace transform of t squared in the hyperbolic cosine of t. The value of n here is 2. Then you will have your f of t as hyperbolic cosine of t. Now your f of s is the Laplace transform of the hyperbolic cosine of t, which is s over s squared minus 1. You will now have to follow the formula, that is negative 1 squared, then the second derivative of s over s squared minus 1. Then this is derivative of u over v again. This is v du minus u dv over d squared. So the first derivative of s is, this is now s squared minus 1 multiplied to the derivative of s, which is 1, minus s, then the derivative of your denominator, which is 2s, over s squared minus 1 squared. Then simplifying your numerator, your first derivative now is s squared minus 2s squared, that is negative s squared. Then this will be negative 1 multiplied to positive 1, that is minus 1 over s squared minus 1 squared. Now, taking your second derivative, that is also derivative of u over v. We will use this formula again. So, your v is s squared minus 1 squared. Then taking the derivative of this for your numerator, that is negative 2s, minus the numerator, which is negative s squared minus 1, multiplied by the derivative of your denominator, which is 2, then s squared minus 1, then derivative nung nasa loob, which is 2s. Now, squared ng denominator, which is s squared minus 1 raised to 4. Now, kapag sinimplify mo, you have common term of s squared minus 1. Factoring out your s squared minus 1, ang matitira dito sa first term is negative 2s multiplied by s squared minus 1. Then ang matitira dito, mawawala na to. You will now have 2 multiplied by 2s, that's 4s, multiplied to the negative, so that is minus 4s. Then, negative s squared minus 1 over, that is s squared minus 1 raised to 4. Since meron kang s squared minus 1 sa numerator, mababawasan yun na sa denominator, which will become cube. Now, simplifying your numerator, you will now have distribute, that is negative 2s cubed. Then positive 2s, distribute this also, you will have plus 4s cubed, then this will be plus 4s. Then simplifying again this, pagsasamahin yung like terms, so you will have 4s cubed minus 2s cubed, that is 2s cubed. Then 4s plus 2s, so that is plus 6s. Now this is your numerator. So for the final answer of this problem, the numerator is 2s cubed plus 6s over the denominator, which is s squared minus 1 cubed. Then apply this area, that is negative 1 squared, so positive 1 again. You will have positive here. So the final answer is 2s cubed plus 6s over s squared minus 1 cubed. Then for the last example, example number 5, you will have to take the Laplace transform of t squared e raised to 4t. So the value of n here is 2. Now your f of t is e raised to 4t. Now taking the Laplace of e raised to 4t, which will be your f of s, so that is 1 over s minus a. The value of a here is 4, so that's 1 over s minus 4. Then following your formula, that is negative 1, then the value of n is 2. You will have to take the second derivative of your f of s, which is 1 over s minus 4. Now taking the first derivative, that is c over v, that's negative c dv. So that's negative 1. Then the derivative of your v, that is also 1, over v squared, which is s minus 4 squared. So you will now have the s prime as negative 1 over s minus 4 squared. Then for the second derivative, that is also c over v. That's negative of negative 1. Then the derivative of your denominator, which is 2, multiplied by s minus 4. Then derivative ng nasa loob, which is 1, over s minus 4. Then squared nito. So you will have raised to 4. Now, if you will notice, you have s minus 4 at the numerator. Then, babawasan natin yung isa. So, matitira na lang is s minus 4 cubed. Then, simplifying this, you will have negative multiplied by negative 1. That's positive 1 multiplied by 2. That's 2. Multiplied by 1. That is 2. So, for the final answer, that is 2 over s minus 4 cubed. Then, kapag in-apply mo to, this is negative 1 squared, that's positive 1. So, wala ding effect. So, the final answer is 2 over s minus 4 cubed. But, if you will notice, pwede din itong isolve through the property number 3, wherein you will have the Laplace transform na nakamultiply kay e raised to at, then the f of t, wherein you will get the f of s, tapos lahat ng s will be replaced by s minus a. Tapos the f of s is the Laplace of the f of t. Ngayon, ang f of t natin dito ay c t squared, wherein si f of s mo na ngayon ay 2 factorial over s of 2 plus 1. So that's 2 factorial, that's 2 over s cubed. Tapos, si s mo, papalitan mo ng s minus a. The value of a here is 4. So you will have to replace s by s minus 4. So lahat ng s dito, papalitan mo ng s minus 4. So for the final answer, you will have 2 over s minus 4 cubed. You will notice you will have the same answer even though you have different method, applying different property. So kahit alin sa dalawa, it's either you do property number 4, which is multiplication by t raised to n, or property number 3, which is multiplied by e raised to at. You will have the same answer as 2 over quantity of s minus 4 cubed.